Hi everyone. I hope the volume is okay. I've got my dishwasher going and it's a little bit loud, but I'll try to speak up. I wanted to make you a little video and show you my recommendations for how to review for the exam, for the midterm exam and the final exam. If I were you, I would review by chapter, and I just try to keep it really simple. What I tell you to review, this is where the questions for the midterm are going to come from. So the midterm is going to cover chapters 17 through 21. 17, 18, and 19 are on the cardiovascular system. 20 and 21 are on the lymphatic system. So I would recommend that you start by going to your e-text. I'm in Mastering A&P, by the way. If you didn't know, I'm on our the course homepage. I'm going to open up my e-textbook, and I'm going to go to chapter 17. And I'm just going to move this thing out of the way. This is the table of contents. So I know it's on chapter 17, I realize, but just wanted to show you. You can just scroll to the chapter that you're trying to find. And if you go to section 17.1, which is the first section, one thing I want to do, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I just want to see if there are any questions in that section, like as far as review questions. I don't think there are. I think you have to skip all the way to the last section in chapter 17, and I'll show you what's important to focus on. All right, here's a summary of the chapter. I would start there. I would just read through the summaries in all of the sections. I would just simply read through them just to be familiar with all of the sections and the topics within chapter 17 on blood. And then there are review questions, and I would just focus on the level 1 review questions. So, for example, the first question says the blood volume in an adult averages approximately, is it 1 liter, 3 liters, 5 liters, or 7 liters? Well, if you have read the material, and you should have by now, you would know that it is 4 to 5 liters in females, 5 to 6 liters in males. So the answer is C, 5 liters. But if you're not sure what the answer is, you can go back to the table of contents, scroll down to the appendix section, and there are answers to the level 1 review questions in the appendix. So I would start with the level 1 review questions in that chapter. Then you're going to see that there are some level 2 questions. Not that they aren't important or good, but they're not going to be on the midterm. So level 1 questions, start there. Then you want to go back to the home page. Hopefully, hold on, I'm sorry. Go back to the home page and then choose the study area. And within the study area, after you launch it, you can either go to study by chapter, or you can just go to practice tests and quizzes. I just find it easier to go to study by chapter, choose my chapter, which is 17, and do any of the quizzes and practice tests that are in there. I like the questions within the quizzes and the practice tests because they're mostly multiple choice, and that's what your exam questions are going to be. And they automatically, I like the way they do this, they automatically tell you if they're correct or not, or incorrect. And what I would recommend that you do, so we just went over a question like number 1, so we're going to move to a different question. A healthy adult male has approximately blank liters of blood, and I just told you that answer is 5 to 6. However, let's deliberately give a wrong answer. And it tells you the average volume of circulating blood is approximately 5 to 6 liters in males and approximately 4 to 5 liters in females. Once you choose the correct answer, it automatically will be green and it will have a green check if it's correct. And then make sure you read the explanation underneath. So don't just do the questions in the quizzes and the practice test. Read the explanations underneath, okay? Let's do question number 2 just to give you something, give you a little bit more content. It says a major plasma protein that maintains the blood osmotic pressure is blank. So in other words, it maintains the concentration of the blood. And there are 3 plasma proteins. There's albumin, there's fibrinogen, and there's globulin. So the answer is albumin. And then it tells you that albumin constitutes 60% of plasma protein and primarily functions in maintaining water balance between blood and body tissues. So you're going to scroll down, and then when you are finished, it says you can see the results, but I mean, as you do the questions, you're going to know if you got them right or wrong. So then you can hit reset and start over. And I would recommend that you do these until you make a 100 on them. Now, I am not going to, I make the exams out, so I can tell you, I'm not going to word the questions identical to how they're worded here, nor am I going to word them how they are on Quizlets or anything that you could find by searching online. I try to word them in such a way that you have to know this information, but you can't just go do a Google search and find your answer, because you didn't learn anything if you do that. So I'm telling you, you have my word. If you will learn these questions, the midterm grades will reflect that. Okay, I do take the midterm questions from the information that's covered in these quizzes and practice tests, as well as what you saw in the level 1 questions at the end of each chapter in your e-text. So that's 3 things that you need to do for each chapter. 3 things you need to do. That is, go to your e-text, go to the end of the chapter, complete the level 1 questions, go to the study area, and do the chapter quizzes and the practice test. And you are going to find, if you do those and repeat them until you make 100, that you will see that in your grades. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you're having any trouble. But this is going to be a big part of your studying for that midterm and that final exam. And I'm just going to check right now, since I'm showing you a screenshot of everything. Yeah, this is I just sent this announcement out. So great start to our winter semester. I wanted to touch base. Let me move this thing. Sorry. I wanted to touch base about your midterm exam, which will be posted soon and is due by December 23rd. So when I say soon, it will be posted next week toward the end of the week, like maybe sometime around Wednesday or Thursday. I usually give you about a week on the midterm and a week to complete the final exam as well. It says the midterm will cover chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Basically, this is the cardiovascular system and lymphatic system. I will post a video that will show you how best to prepare for the midterm, which that is what this video is. Once I have it ready to post, you can find it in your Moodle course under week 3. If you're watching this, you already did. And I'm also going to post some recordings made for last winter's class on chapters 20 and 21. I'm not sure how helpful they will be, but it wouldn't hurt you to look at them. Let me go. This is our class. I wanted to make sure I wasn't in last semester's class. Okay, so I'm sorry, last year's class. Okay, so I've got week 3 posted already, and let's look and see what's in here. It's got the chapter 20 and 21 information, and then it's got the 20 and 21 slides, the chapter 20 recorded lecture, and the chapter 21 recorded lectures. Those are like crash course YouTube videos. And then lab reports that you don't have to do, I've got them posted in Connect. So if it says not published to students, that means you don't see them. I see them, but you don't see them. So you don't have anything except these recorded lectures. Let me see where those are the crash course lectures. Okay, so in week 4, which I will post, it's going to be at least a week before I post week 4. Okay, it's the midterm exam review recordings. I'm actually going to move this because this is the recordings that I'm telling you about that I made. You may or may not find them helpful. I'm not going to promise that you will find them helpful, but anyway, I'm going to post them underneath the other recordings, and I'm going to make them available. So they really are just, what you've got is just really crash course YouTube videos posted, and then you have where it says midterm exam recordings. It's really just myself doing a midterm exam review of the lymphatic system and the immune system using the slides. So that you may or may not find those helpful, but I do not review on the cardiovascular system. So this would just be for chapters 20 and 21. All right, so again, let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this will be helpful to you, and we will see some good scores on the midterm. Have a great weekend.